Hey guys, it's me David, and today we are doing a LEGO Indiana Jones set review of probably one of the most iconic scenes, not of just the series, but in film history in general. It is, of course, Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Temple of the Golden Idol. Now, this set's going to go for $150 US. It's going to be released on April 1st of 2023. Set number is 77015, has 1,545 pieces, 4 minifigures, and man, this thing looks good, like really good. Now, LEGO Indiana Jones is returning after 15 years, which is crazy to think about. That's how long I've been doing my YouTube channel. I got started in 2008, right along when the Indiana Jones theme was being released with the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull movie. And obviously it's making its return, I assume, because of the 5th Indiana Jones movie coming out later this year, Dial of Destiny. It is rumored that we're also supposed to be getting sets off that movie, but nothing's confirmed as of right now. But today we have one of the iconics from Raiders of the Lost Ark. This thing looks so good. Now, LEGO says it's an 18 plus set. This is supposed to be available, I think, on all store shelves, Target, Walmart, Amazon, all of those, and of course, lego.com, and I'll have a link to buy the set from LEGO in the description below. It's affiliated and helps out the channel. This set looks absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to build it. What really intrigues me is this buildable boulder, and it's on what looks to be a geared mechanism, so it should be able to do far more functionality than what the original version of this set was back in 2008. That was just like a big molded boulder, and it just kind of rolled down the tubes. There was like these little plastic tubes. I absolutely remember that set very well, and in fact, I have it, and we will be comparing the original 2008 Temple of the Golden Idol to the 2023 version here in just a few minutes and seeing what 15 years can look like between LEGO Indiana Jones. I'm really excited to see what that looks like. On the side of the box art, you have this beautiful picture of Mr. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. That looks really good. On the back of the box art, of course, you'll find all the different details, lots of playability going on here. Even though this is an 18 plus set, that's pretty intriguing. So this is definitely like playing a fine balance. Price point, $150, that's pretty accessible. Obviously, we'll talk about price towards the end of the video and whether the set is worth that or not. But it's at a reasonable price point where most people should be able to reach this. And so it's interesting seeing that there is playability in this set, and so again we'll be taking a look at that here in just a few minutes on the in-depth portion. On the top you can see the 4 different minifigures that also come in the set. And lastly, I do want to thank LEGO for sending this set over for review, and let's get into this in-depth. So while the Temple of the Golden Idol does have printed elements, and we'll see that in just a few minutes, there is quite a few stickers. It's not an abundance, but it is worth noting that there is quite a few. As for the instruction booklet, I love that the first thing you see here is this poster of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It really gets you in the mood for Indiana Jones. As you open the instruction booklet, there's a few pages kind of, talking about the return of the theme, talking about the breakdown of the temple scene. Lots going on here. Definitely worth stopping to read it. I love all the details that LEGO has here. This is actually one of my favorite parts sometimes with the instruction booklet, is to read this opener basically. So while building the Temple of the Golden Idol, I must say the build experience was top tier. The techniques being utilized for this little diorama is impressive. In fact, it feels like I was building Rivendell again. I talked about in that review how impressive the LEGO building techniques were for that, and the same holds true with this Raiders of the Lost Ark diorama. But first, let's get on to minifigures. First up, we have the Havidos Warrior. This is using that newer color. It's like medium tan, I think is what Bricklink calls it, for the warrior skin tone. After that, we have Belloc, which I absolutely love this figure. He's fully tan with his helmet as well. He does not have a dual-sided face, and then he has these sweat stains both on his back and armpits. It looks really funny. Next up, we have Sadapo with his torch as well as a big stick, and then he has quite a back print. Oh my god, the spiders. I love this. It looks so cool. He has a dual-sided face print. This looks like that scene where he's like twiddling his fingers. And lastly, we have our brand new Indiana Jones minifigure with, of course, his sack of sand and his iconic whip and satchel. But Indy now has a dual molded hat, which has his hairpiece included, and the reason why is so that he can have a dual-sided face. The secondary face for this version of Indy has a spider web as well as a little spider on the top corner of his head, which is just wild looking. Of course, brand new prints on the torso and legs. That looks all great. And then you actually get an extra hat and whip in this set, so you get 2 whips, 2 hats. That's pretty awesome. And now moving on to the Temple of the Golden Idol diorama. I must say, this set implements some of the best techniques I have ever seen in a LEGO diorama set. This is
top tier stuff, guys. This will blow away any Lego fan in terms of how you build this, the techniques being utilized. But first, let's talk about those printed elements I was speaking of earlier. We have a brand new 2x3 tile that's printed that goes around the bottom border. And then we also have these skull pieces on circular tiles. And these are all the circular pieces that you use to activate the different functions. There's 4 key functions in this set that we'll go through here in just a minute. First up, in the middle of the diorama, we have Raiders of the Lost Ark, and of course a quote from Indiana Jones that has Satipo saying, "Let's hurry, there is nothing to fear here." And of course Indiana Jones says, "That's what scares me." So making our way from left to right, we'll start off with the outdoor part of the set, which is very small, just a few studs wide, but it does obviously do its job where it shows a little bit of the forest from South America. Of course, we enter the temple going through this little area here, which, as you can see, there is a skeleton hiding there, some plantery, and of course the first part of going through the temple is going through all the spiders. So you get 3 different spiders, and then of course you have Satipo with his spiders on the back. So that all looks really good and accurate. You'll also notice there's these different head statues throughout the temple. They're perfectly integrated, so they kind of just blend into the whole temple, which is really nice and doesn't feel like it stands out in a weird or strange way. Then we have, of course, a little skeleton with the spikes. We see that in the movie. And then, of course, the iconic boulder, which falls down this gear mechanism, which is just really ingeniously done. Here's the backside so you can see exactly what's going on here. It's on a track basically, and you can push it up and down, and it has just enough gravity to basically go down by itself while it actually turns the boulder. It's so much better than the previous 2008 version that we'll see here in just a few minutes. The next booby trap is this opening and closing door on yet another Technic system. Believe it or not, guys, there is not that much Technic. What you're seeing here on the backside is literally all the Technic in this set. It is very impressive how LEGO has been able to make this a brick building experience with just a little bit of Technic just for those high functioning areas. And then we also have yet another booby trap where we have this spinning leaf, and that is so that you can attach Indy's whip and have him swing over the opening here to get him to the other side of the temple. It works very well, and again, it's a very simple Technic system that is going on here. Everything here is simple yet effective. And now we make our way to the final section of the temple where the golden idol is held. Of course, Indy has to go through yet another booby trap area. But first, let's talk about those details on the back wall. There is different brick built faces. In between that is stickered faces. And I must say some of the stickers have some incredible designs like that Lego face. And if you look to your left there's a Lego Islanders mask as well. And then I love this big brick built head at the very top. Now, unfortunately, there's no booby trap in terms of how those spikes come out. They're simply just tiles that sit on the other tiles like this. They don't do anything. But where our final booby trap lies is when Indy has to switch out the sack of sand with the golden idol. When you turn the knob, first off, you'll see a light brick come on, and so that honestly really enhances the scene just that much more. And when you switch the bag, obviously you don't have to switch the bag, but when you do, it goes down and then the head pops out like the temple is obviously breaking down and crumbling. This is just an incredible 3-tiered Technic system on one lever. Just blows my mind how this was achieved, and it works so well, like incredibly well. Of course, you have the boulder when you escape, and just overall, all of the functions here, all the details are truly magnificent. It really blows my mind that a set like this can have that many functions, 4 fully functioning areas of the booby traps from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Really, the only missing thing are the arrows that shoot out of the temple heads. That's not a huge deal. Previously, the 2008 version had that, but you would just simply push the spikes. It wasn't that much fun, so I'm glad LEGO admitted that and instead focused on other functionalities. Second to last, I just want to show you guys some comparisons. So here I have the Dagobah, Luke, and Yoda LEGO Star Wars diorama next to the Temple of the Golden Idol. So hopefully this will give you an idea of how big the set is. Again, like I said, it's big, but not too big. It's like about the right size. And then, of course, we have to compare the new version versus the 2008 version. The 15 years of difference from what LEGO can achieve here is absolutely night and day. Now, unfortunately, LEGO did omit the cool, awesome water plane that we see in the final part of the Raiders of the Lost Ark scene. If LEGO continues to make more Indiana Jones sets, I would love to see that water plane as another set so you can have that side by side with this diorama. Now, in terms of differences between the 2008 version and the 2023 version of the temple, it is just night and day. The new techniques being utilized here just simply elevate the new version to simply another level. It's actually pretty funny seeing them side by side. They're about the same length, but the older version is technically longer. It just curves more. And then in terms of like differences as functions, really the old version only had the rolling boulder, which is just a big Lego ball versus a brick built ball with the new version on a geared mechanism. Lots of differences, but I must say this new Temple of the Golden Idol is beyond amazing.
I think at $150, this is a very well-priced Lego set. I think you're getting plenty of value, especially given the functionalities and overall accuracy and detail. On top of the fact that you're getting all these great new minifigures, I do wish maybe we got 1 or 2 more minifigures for that $150 price point. You know, we're only getting 4 figures, which is good, and it has all the main characters that you see from the scene. However, maybe 1 or 2 more natives would have been cool, or maybe the head of the expedition, he kind of gets killed with the, I guess, the spikes in his back. He would have been another cool minifigure to get as well. But for the most part, we got the main characters, so this is acceptable in terms of minifigures, but I would have liked another 1 or 2, but that is being very nitpicky. And I also love the fact that this is simply very easy to put around your room. It's not super big. It's just big enough where you feel like you're getting your money's worth, but it's also small enough where it can pretty much fit anywhere. So overall, a beautiful design. I also love this instruction booklet. Like, I was getting giddy just when I opened the box. I see just the Lego Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark movie poster. I'm just like, yes, we are back, okay? I am just happy that Lego Indiana Jones is back, and this is one of the best sets. So if you have the money, absolutely pick it up. If it goes on sale, you'd be stupid not to pick this set up because it really is that good. Whether you're a fan of Indiana Jones or not, this is truly one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time. So getting this out of Lego is truly a special moment for us fans. Get this one, guys. It's fantastic. Great job, Lego. Thanks for sending the set over for review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.